Amazing Spider-Man. Ever since he could remember, Peter Parker wanted to be a scientist. He loved to read science books, conduct experiments, and ask extra questions after class. The popular kids at Midtown High thought Peter was strange. They teased him and pushed him around, even when Peter was friendly to them. Sometimes the mean things bothered Peter, but whenever he felt sad, he remembered something his Aunt May said, that she and his Uncle Ben loved Peter, no matter what. One day at school, Peter watched a special demonstration on radioactivity. As the scientists explained their experiment, Peter became so entranced that he didn't notice a radioactive spider drop onto his hand until it bit him. Immediately, Peter felt weak and tired. "Are you okay?" asked one of the scientists. "I think I just need some fresh air," Peter replied. Outside, Peter got a strange tingly feeling. He got the urge to climb a wall and did, with his bare hands. He realized he had super strength and the ability to jump huge distances. A few nights later, Peter tested his new super strength at a wrestling match. His opponent was Crusher Hogan, the toughest wrestler in the city. Even though he was half Crusher's size, Peter easily brought him to the mat and won. That night, Peter created a new identity for himself, Spider-Man. In his room, he designed a cool costume and bands that could shoot webs from his wrist. In no time, Spider-Man, the high-flying wrestler, was a famous TV star. One night, a crook ran past Peter at the television studio. Peter could have caught him, but he didn't even try. He didn't care about helping others. All he cared about was himself. A few nights later, Peter came home to learn that his Uncle Ben had been attacked by a criminal. The police told Peter that the crook was cornered at an old warehouse. Quickly, Peter put on his Spider-Man costume and swung from building to building to find the criminal. When he found the criminal, he gasped. It was the same crook that he hadn't stopped at the TV studio. From now on, Peter thought, "I will always use my powers to help others." When he wasn't at school, Peter spent most of his time fighting crime as Spider-Man. At a bank, he used his super strength to bust through a vault, then trapped the burglars in a sticky web. When a worker fell from a skyscraper, Spider-Man swung from building to building, and plucked him out of the air. No one knew who Spider-Man was, and that was the way Peter Parker liked it. One of the biggest threats to the city was a team of villains called the Enforcers. When the Enforcers took over the Empire State Building, Spider-Man swung into action. He ducked Montana's lasso, sent Ox's garbage can crashing to the ground with his web, and hurtled over Dangerous Dan's explosive green grenade. In a flash, Spidey tied up all three villains. "Well, fellas," he said, "I guess that's a wrap." Thinking his work was done, Spider-Man took off his mask, but the Green Goblin had been waiting for him. "Aha," said the villain. "Now I see who you really are." Peter tried fighting back, but Dangerous Dan's grenade had released a gas that made him weak. The Green Goblin tied up Peter, whisked him to his lab, and prepared to defeat him. With a powerful punch, he knocked out Doc Ock and wrapped up the villain in a huge sticky web. Once again, Spider-Man saved the day.